Alrighty, it's time to get back into the groove of Typhon Hydra again. Last time I did, hey Carl, last time I did 130, okay, 125, 2 rips, 3 tries because I was lacking practice, and then 126, 1 rip, and then 127, 0 rips because I finally got warmed up, and then 129 because it was under 10 minutes, no rips, and then 129 was under 10 minutes, no rips again, and then 131 was fun and amazing, no rips again, and under 10 minutes, and then 133 was unfortunately 0 rips, but it was sadly 14-13. So then I only could open 134 just like as though it was unlocking stuff, right? And then so I failed the 134 by like 1524.8 or something like that. And it was kind of expected because the 133 was falling short, right? With the really slow time already. So like, hey Philip, how are you? I'm good. Just gonna try the 134 and 135, and then that's about it for the Typhon Hydra for the moment. Because I rarely had good gear on my Typhon Hydra at all, except recently I did get the helmet that motivated me to get Typhon Hydra going. As well as just to practice. I'm just trying to like identify what I can do to help other people if they're playing that, and I don't just want to like gear check without actually trying the push site for myself. At least, you know, before 140 anyways. And I found like a really fun part about it is that so last time in the 131, I had so much fun with how I was letting my Hydras deal damage while on the cold cycles against the elite pack behind me. Like I don't have to be like there, right? And that's something that I already used to know based on uh especially when they changed Natalia rework. Uh During that time, Natalia in the PTR in the public test realm, it was like what you could do was strafe really far away or like walk or smoke screen displacement really far away, and then what you could do is tap strafe and and get the traps going, right? And then you deal the damage basically backwards far away enough with Zai's increasing damage. Now, of course, in my Typhon Hydra, I'm not using Zai's. However, um, the Hydras are like freezing them periodically with the from the Magistrate, and then the damage is going right. I mean, I don't have to use Winter Flurry necessarily, but if I am there, like if I'm present in the location where the elites are, then you want to cast Blizzard to get the Winter Flurry's multiplier going. But if you're not present on the same screen where the elites are, because you're either dodging or wanting to kite more stuff or uh, drag the elite with you, then you can still actually have at least one Hydra at the back hurting them as you go. So that was really cool about just practicing Hydra in a different way, instead of just like, oh, I have to sit there in the location you saw them, which is something that, God DH, you would also not do. You don't actually want to kill the elite where you saw them unless it's an elite affix that you don't want something to follow you, but you still need the progress. and yet it is easy enough to kill, then you would kill at the location where you saw them. So anyway, that was really fun in my 131, and I actually made a highlight of it on the other side. I don't think I made it on this side because it's only 1 minute clip, and uh, for me, I prefer making a longer contextual clip, and 1 minute is unfortunately not enough because even though it is enough for the Bogan charters that I'm talking about, that specific elite pack, but I want to clip like from then till the end to the Rift Guardian. It's kind of like better in that sense, and a clip of 1 minute unfortunately does not do justice at all because uh I actually, you know, want to show that I had zero rips in the thing. I almost like ripped twice in the 131 actually. In the attempt I was talking about, I actually almost ripped twice. One in the I think in the earlier elite in a different floor, and then the floor before that basically there was like two different moments that was like very dangerous. Now, of course, I'm not on hardcore, but what I'm saying is that per keystone attempt that I do, I try not to die. Of course, in the 125 and 126 I did is because I haven't played Typhon Hydra in a quite a while actually. I've always stuck with Talrasha and Firebirds for the most part. And then for my Typhon Hydra, I'm always playing like T16 and stuff. So I rarely ever do like anything higher than like 125 for Typhon Hydra specifically. Um, yeah, I've rarely done that. Most of the Typhon Hydra that I've always used to do is like GR 100 and below, or even like 110 and below max for Typhon Hydra because I don't like spending the time to cast a Blizzard. Um, and I don't like getting stuck on location where my Blizzard exists or is casted to buff from the Winter Flurry. And that's the whole reason why even though I had this Winter Flurry the whole time, like this is a decent one. This Winter Flurry that I got this season, like I've had this for a long time actually. Like I think since around end of December, I've had this sitting in my stash the whole time. Now I didn't want to play it because I was like, well, if I start it early, then I need to continue it much more than I already have. And my main focus was not to play Typhon Hydra this season at all. But then the day that I got this from Kadala, while I was still working on the LOD Meteor side of gear, especially I wanted you know, a chance at the Mempa of Twilight, you know, uh, and instead I got this. Well, since I got this, I might as well, actually try the Typhon Hydra for once, to a certain extent. And so that's what I decided to do. And so today I'm going to continue from my 134 as a second try onwards. We will see, and then whether I can get the 135 as well. Now I am going to make a couple of things. I'm going to augment um this bad reforged chess piece. I think last time I reforged a couple of times. This is alright. I'm gonna try to get this to at least 14% as well. Uh, and I'm gonna augment it with a simple 125 because both the primary stats are under 600 stats, and that doesn't deserve anything higher than a 125. Yeah. So let me just grab a 125, and then I'll prepare more gems if I think I can prepare, just like in case some saves or something that gets affected. I want to make sure I have enough gems, but I think I'm short. I'll just like make one spare sitting around just to make sure I don't have any swap issues with the armory. Let me augment it first. So I am uh, missing like a lot of different ancient pieces. Like I think what? How many ancient pieces I'm missing? One, two, three, four, five. I think five. Yeah, I'm missing five. Five. Yeah. So I'm missing that. And so when I did the 130, when I did the 133 and the 134, I'm basically short on like augments in general, even though yes, I have paragons, but I've hardly ever worked on the Typhon gear at all this season. And the RNG didn't really drop me anything while I was playing LOD Meteor, uh, or Taurasha, in fact. Uh, and what? How many hours earlier? Didn't I did it show how many hours I played on the wizard? Yeah, not that much. Like maybe like 42 hours because some of it is sitting in town. So like 42 hours, I hardly ever played it. Like you would think that's a lot, but that's actually very little. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna augment the chest piece just to make sure I have more damage for the 134 attempt because I missed that. And then I'm going to try to get this to 14%. Well, not Blizzard. How funny that was. Exactly the percent that I wanted to see, but not on the right skill. Yeah, yeah. Keep giving me 14% of every other skill, right? Oh, and yeah. It's like every other. It's so funny that. Oh, okay. I was about to say, it's so funny that the RNG often would roll the skill 15% for every other except the one that you actually want or the build needs. It's just so funny whenever that happens. I think I should be okay. I I kind of like want to improve on gloves, which is the next thing I will be gambling for. Especially the crit hit chance. Like 8% crit hit chance is the problem on this pair of gloves because I've just like this whole time when I was preparing the Typhon Hydra, the Typhon side, my critical hit chance was a little bit on the brink of not making the cut, and I was worried about that. Now the area damage is just enough as well. Well, not maybe not for the 135. Like 90% area is nice for anything under 135, GR 135, because eventually you still want to make sure you get some density clear to help you progress. Now, what the density types you want is not Bogan Charters that I was talking about with the Elite pack as density though, because you don't actually want to commit to high health density, you want low health density uh as you go higher. And so now 90% is the bare minimum of area damage you want because eventually you need some progress like I said from density even though it is a elite like a 9 like 85% elite build, I would say. Uh so you would want to make sure that you have at least some minimal area damage, preferably up to 110. Of course, you can go anything higher if you want, and if you need it, even let's say at the 145 plus, you might need 130%, but like chances are you may or may not have space for it depending on how much attack speed you uh, uh, had gone for. So, for example, if you have an attack speed version Halo Carini and an attack speed version COE, you may not have enough room for area damage unless you have a quadfactor gloves or something, things like that. Because even my weapon is a quote unquote trifecta setup already with the 10-7-24. So like this 92% really is down to uh, when I want to roll the intelligence away for the area damage. Now, I don't want to do that up until I actually get to reach the 130% area because I still need direct damage for the Rift Guardian fight when the Rift Guardian is a single target. Yeah. So this is why uh you want to always hold back on shifting stats if you don't need to work on those stats yet. Then you have more options later, and you will also feel the damage difference when, uh, let's say, an item that you had not gone in a certain direction, then you would further increase your damage. So, for example, I was playing with 12% Hydra and not augmented yet the chest piece. Now I gained one augment. Not that one augment is going to do anything, but it is still an increase in damage as well as 3% Hydra damage. Now additive, but it is still an increment from your previous attempt, right? So you want to always feel the instant gratification of each time you're struggling, each time you hit a wall, you want to find a possible immediate solution than just, oh, I decide to just work on more paragons all the time. Because at the end of the day, you still have to practice what you want in your Rift scenario to be and how you're going to increase damage aside from relying on the pylons, obviously, right? And so you have to find different ways, whether it's your main gems, whether it's your gear, whether it's augments, whether it's area damage. Like you have to start shifting upwards when you hit the wall because you don't want to get used to your damage already. Once you get too used to your damage, you can't find any more damage except to always go back to Paragon when that GR tier number or that GR tier range, like between let's say 130 to 135, does not need that said like 300 more Paragons, let's say. It's like there's some other avenue of increased damage that you would you would have done had you not depended on it during the earlier portions of your GR unlock or push. Yeah. So that feeling of extra damage should be worked on later, like when you need it or when you figure out what needs to be changed. For example, if my area damage of 92 is now going to give me problems that I want more density gameplay from lower HP monsters to give me like let's say 15% progress, that means I need to work on 110% area. And so you don't want to be too used to 110% area in the first place while you're like elite hunting. Like if the build is an elite hunter, you're not even focused on the density more than half the time, right? So you're splashing really little anyways when you're like hyper focused on the elite themselves alone, right? I mean, sure, there might be some density that followed you or surrounded the elite and body block you to fight the elite, But that amount of splash is not really what the 110% is meant to do. So you don't actually need the 110% yet. And so until you're actually trying to build upon playing the density, then you start working on your area damage so that you would actually get to feel the the instant gain. And then it would make you think, oh, now what monster types do I want to get the splash going even more, right? Whether it's high density versions of monster sets or whether it's a mix of tanky ones and medium sized ones and so on. So this is how you would want to improve your like one of the min max stats than just, oh, I want to have every stat done, but then when you hit an actual wall, you have nothing else but paragons. Like, I mean, who doesn't want to work on paragons? That's not the only avenue of gain up until your gear is like capped out. Like, and then if your gear is capped out, you're always gonna depend on paragons. Then you're never really gonna practice the the actual tier number that you're working on. You're only gonna do things that are like, oh, I'm just gonna instantly kill stuff. So then when you get back to the difficult one, you tunnel vision something else. You're like, oh, I guess I can go back to my elite stuff, right? I gained like 200 paragons or maybe 300 paragons. Oh, I think I can kill an elite like still, right? And then you're only breaking even, and then at some point you failed it. Oh, well, I guess I'm not ready yet. Back to paragons. You farm another 300 paragon. So you're you're not changing your mindset
My talents are wasting away.
when you are now stuck, like fully stuck and dependent on paragons. Sure, again, if you are like capped out, that's a different story. But if you're not capped out like I am, then there's always different avenues you can go for when the build is not restricted to strictly elites. Like for example, one of the Arakir Witch Doctor versions or something, where you actually have to only play the elites, then that is a different story. Whereas the Hydra is like the even the magistrate. The magistrate says that the Hydras now periodically cast Frost Nova. So like that in itself has several different meanings. It means that it can help you stall what you're fighting, right? And positionally help you against ranged monster types that see you first. So now you can actually stop them from seeing you first, right? And so when you use the Frost Nova like blast, you're effectively using the crowd control side. And that already should make you think, oh, maybe Hydra is actually able to play some density, but not as much density as, like, say, God DH or LOD Hoda or something like that, right? Or Meteor Wizard, right? But because of the effect of the Frost Nova helping you to control the density, maybe there's a chance you can bring in like 10% density or 15% density with you to actually help you progress, right? Based on just this
I reach a
half
new
of
skill.
the power text. So it doesn't really just mean that, oh, Hydra feels like an elite killer at the speed GR, so you elite hunt, you just get stuck thinking that way. Once you get stuck thinking that way, eventually you're gonna face the wall even faster. Even when your paragons is amazing, you're gonna get stuck even faster. So you're always thinking, oh, I guess I need more paragons now. Well, again, density has a lower HP up until the monster type is a large monster type. Then their HP will get closer to an elite, which you may not have a damage for the density, and then you would rather fight an elite, right? So then the monster type also comes into play. So there's always like things you can think of to help yourself other than just the paragons until your gear is like capped out. Like when I say capped out, it means like let's say this intelligence was already swapped over to area damage, and then let's say my pair of gloves is a quadfecta with area damage and attack speed already. Instead of the intelligence, it's area damage. So then uh, at that point, my rings are still not capped out, then this intelligence could have been area damage as well or attack speed. So then, you know, only when these three slots, let's say, because my ring is damage range already and ancient, now it's only 187, which means that part has also a way to improve. But what I'm talking about is, let's say, the area damage portion. Like, I still have three chances of area damage. Now, let's say my area damage was already at the 130 and I still have a problem, then the Paragon will come in. But before that, I still have an option of area damage testing, right? The area damage is not capped out based on the number of equipment slots. So you would have to work on the 130% area or the attack speed breakpoint, right? So then this Halo of Carini would be an attack speed version instead, as an example. Of course, the weight of the attack speed is already stronger from the weapon itself, so that's already there, right? It's not like I haven't worked on attack speed at all, but where you can get slightly more chances is whether you need both rings to have attack speed and so on. So there's always something else you can work on aside from the paragon that you are stuck thinking. Yeah. So anyway, that's just the way that you can think about like improving yourself aside from the paragons up until the tier number actually needs the paragons based on the tier list of the build itself. So for example, God DH needing paragons if the seasonal theme is horrible for it, right? Then the paragons is paramount after you've already worked on your God DH area damage. Let's say the same thing I just said. If I already worked on 130% area, then I'm more capped out to where I have no other choices. I mean, sure, God DH you can go up to like what 175 area damage if you really really want to. And so if you could get there, does it really help you if you already intended on those high density monster sets, right? So then that's another 40% area damage you can work on. But at the same time, it is, let's say B minus or C plus tier build, then that indicates the Paragon paramount issue when the GR tier number gets to that point. And only when it gets to that point, based on the tier list. Remember, the tier list is a grading scale, right? So if it is a B minus or a C plus, let's just say C plus, right? Or whatever, then it's like 150 minus 15. So the the wall starts around 135, 136. So if you need paragons, right, as a distinction, then you must have already reached 135, 136, and your bare minimum area damage of the build being a area damage build, which means you have to work on at least 110, if not 130, and still struggling. Then Paragons is your only last hope, right? But if the build is higher in the tier list, then you want to make sure your foundational stats that I've been talking about this whole time, make sure you have your foundational stats ready before you rely on your paragons. Because the tier list, the higher the tier list goes, the lesser paragons you technically need. You just need to work on the rift situation, the pylon order, the monster types, the elite affixes, the elite monster type, the rift guardian type, and so on. Like every other thing can still affect you without thinking about the paragons. Because if you want paragons, well, okay, so let's just say you worked on paragons. And at that point, well, one thing I would say is aside from damage multipliers, do you really need like gear? So in Diablo 2, what's really funny is that, in Diablo 2 you can actually play one missing piece and you can still play the game. So if Paragons is so strong, right? To that point, why don't you try taking off one piece of gear, right? So at the end of the day, you have to min max your foundational stats. And that's where your piece of gear is that said foundational stats. For example, that area damage. So you can't take off, right? Obviously, you can't take off that piece of gear because it's part of your foundational damage. But if somebody decides that the Paragon is paramount way before the foundational stats, then you could easily work on Paragons, but then minus that one piece of gear and still do well, right? Because Paragon is paramount. So that's the difference. So only until you've completely capped out the the restriction of the build, then the Paragon really comes in. And to that point, my God DH is at the Paragon issue, for example. Now, of course, I can work on the what I said earlier to get from 130 to 175 area, but then I will have to change my gameplay to where, oh, well, first of all, I need full on density that is medium size and just do really high splash damage. So meaning that chickens are too easy to die. So then it doesn't really fully use the 175 area though. Because by the time the chickens are dead, the other monster types are not what I want, then the 175 is useless because the other monsters of the chicken mob set
I require
needs
immediate
direct damage, for example. So then I'm still needing to work on paragons for the said direct damage. So it's not that I don't want to work on paragons. It's just that you have to make sure you know which monster type needs what. Yeah. Anyway, give me one moment and we'll begin the 134. Second try. Okay. Alright. 134. Let me see if I'm warmed up. Well, I don't usually warm up with a different tier number, so I'm gonna have to warm up straight out the gate with 134. Alright, here we go. Okay, not bad. Ice Porcupine is okay. Well, for now, as a warm-up anyways. Now, look at that. The Colossus is too tanky, so you don't want the Colossus for sure, right? I mean, if it dies, it dies. Okay. Here's an elite. Looks really hot though. Yep, it's really hot, so there's a high chance I don't want to fight it. Okay, I didn't get a pylon chance early from 5%. It was very unlikely. Do I want to continue fighting? This is the question. How hurt are they now? Only half. Is this a problem? But because they're shielding. But I think I've started committing. My other issue is arcane power. Let's use the Oculus Ring. Thank you. Justs. Break even. Ooh, into festering. Okay. Channeling. Oh, talking about chickens. I got chickens. That's nice. Let's use the Oculus Ring. And I didn't click the channeling because I want to see if I can just clear out the chickens first and see the progress. Because I don't want a tough elite to affect me until I stabilize in the in the current states. I probably want to keep moving. Arcane again from it. I can't go back to that Oculus Ring. Getting very dicey. Yep, too much arcane. Oculus Ring. Oculus Ring. Probably start killing this elite now. Because it's starting to make it too difficult for me to like kite and stay. Okay, the number of chickens are dying out. Where are the chickens at? So no more chickens.
If only they could see me now.
Or like too little amount of chickens. Which means my progress will start stalling.
Need more time. I am unstoppable.
40 something percent. There's the conduit. Thank you. Central conduit is always nice.
I must wait longer.
Uh-oh. Okay. So I have the conduit. For one blue so far. Is there another elite? C1. 2. Okay. This looks good. Now I have to go back. I have to go back for my conduit now.
I wish I could do that.
Get this ring. One down.
Need more arcane power.
2. 3.
Still waiting.
4. Nice. All that I wanted got taken out just. And power to end. Nice. Yeah, there we go.
Your grave awaits.
Excellent. What a conduit. What a conduit. I actually need that same kind of gameplay for my god DH. Uh,
I must wait longer.
ouch.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
This elite is no fun. My only other issue is, do I really need that elite
Arcane
to
power.
stay on this floor for the power?
Not ready yet. I am so good. I astound myself.
I know that there's another elite up top, by the way. And I have 2 elites on me here, actually. That's why it's actually really hot. I think I can take the power now.
I must
Oh,
wait
of
longer.
course I get spinners. Great. There we go, spawn. It's not fun.
Need more time.
Ta-da! That was a very good conduit position. There we go. Under 10 minutes too. Which is really not good because by the rule of what it does is 0 rips and under 10 minutes is a +2. I mean, I don't have to go +2, but it's like if you're given the opportunity to go for a +2, why would you not take it? Now, I might be lacking damage for a +2 though.
My name is Urshi, and when if you have a gem.
Okay, so I need to work on the enforcer for sure. So let's go ahead and check the leaderboard. Top 50. There we go. Yeah, this chest has no direct resist, so that's a problem. Same with this. This has no direct resist. This has no direct resist as well. I'm just missing so much like bonus direct resist. Nice. Alright. What else can I work on?
You must choose my skill.
Probably these odd number ones. Yeah. Nice. Good. Um, maybe this one now? Yes! Woo! That's good. That was a good upgrade chance on all that I was
I am returning
wanting to
to the
click.
battle.
That's nice. Ah, that was a really, really fun Festering Woods, actually. There were some really, really hot moments, though. Maybe the Blackthorn Pants will, oh, will help for my LOD meteor. Let's see. Nope. Alright. I could try to open a 136. And then if I get the same pylon order, well, maybe I don't want channeling. But if I get the same pylon order, I can get the 136 down. As long as the monster type is decent, though. Because then I can consider whether I want to deal with the elite affixes or not. Because there were some hot ones just now. Before the conduit and after the conduit. as in like the one near the entrance or like middle between the two pylons, between the channeling and the conduit, there was one elite that was not friendly. And then uh, before I clicked the power pylon, that other elite, well, I had two elites. I didn't even realize I had two elites on me until I saw the different monster type. And because I haven't been using my chat engage text, so I'm not like using the engage names. I'm actually using it by visual, like visual only, and feeling, I guess, of how painful the affixes are. So I was like, it didn't feel right initially, actually, but I thought to myself it could have been only one elite, but apparently not. So then as soon as I got one of them almost hurt and I was like getting close to 99%, I wasn't really gonna leave the floor anyways. It would have been too much progress later on the next floor or time waste. And since I already hurt the elite quite a lot, I have enough time to click the power and still use it for the Rift Guardian. So I that's why I delayed my power pylon click, just in case that the Rift Guardian takes more than the time of a power, depending on how much I have to dodge. And normally you would stack Stricken first before clicking if it was a tougher uh tier number, I guess. So yeah, that was a 134 second try because the other try was the other day, and today I just played one this whole time because I've talked for like the 40 minutes. All right, let's try 136. Ah, okay, and it's Gogors. Hmm, this is not what I wanted to see. This is terrible. This is like a run killer. Super painful. And I may not have the damage for a 136.
I must wait longer.
Yep, I have no progress even from this. So you have to like, okay, illusionists, fire chains. Hmm.
I must wait longer.
Do you see that enemy over there? Let us cleanse it from this land.
Do I have any damage while in the Oculus ring? Kind of, but it's really bad positioning.
I wish I could do that.
The only nice thing about the illusionist is that they give me Oculus rings. The bad news is my area damage splash from said is not strong. But I can kill it. There we go.
That was inspiring.
This is gonna be painful. Yep. At least I have some area damage for this room. Okay, I don't like Frozen Pulse. Oh, interesting. 10% shield. Can the elite drop in now from the other room
I'm just
or not?
warming up.
I am so greedy even though this is painful, but
I
I
must
must wait
heal.
longer.
I can't. I have to take that now. Oh, of course you're shielding. This is just so unfair. Do I even have damage for a shielding
I must
elite?
wait longer.
This is so sad. I don't think I have enough damage for a shielding. I might even kill a juggernaut faster. Nah, I have it. I stacked quite a bit now on the shielding guy. One down. I may not have damage for a 136 though. It's basically that crazy conduit. That's why I love my like conduit gameplay. Wow, this shield pylon is so boring. You just sit here all day. Yeah, I'm not gonna clear the other one. Alright, let's go. No, out of here. Please give me a good monster type. Uh, well, the elite is not a friendly one. Skeletal archer. Okay. Maybe I can kill this one? Oh, goodness, it's arcane. And frosts, really? Oh, yeah, arcane and frost, this is very deadly.
Try to do that. How does that feel?
Yeah, this is over, I think. I mean, I can possibly
I must wait longer.
commit, but if I commit, I have to kill both.
You
Can't
dare attack
see.
me?
This is... Okay, it's better
I
not...
must wait longer.
Okay, yeah, that's really painful. No, incoming rip.
Not ready yet. Help returns.
So 10% shield. I need either minimum a speed. Next.
I must wait longer.
I don't have enough arcane power.
Okay, do I get some help? And only, it's the only one I didn't want. I mean, it's okay for clicking, but it's the one that I didn't really
I
want.
must wait longer.
It's so sad because I don't want another affix. Like, I already have enough here. Like, speed was the bare minimum.
I must wait longer.
I guess that saved me.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Oh, I have a third elite here, too. Thank you. Okay, at least I think I took down one of the blues
Still waiting.
while that was all happening. Which is funny. I think the other blue is about to die.
I am unstoppable. I need arcane power.
Okay. I can try to play it now. Frozen Pulse is not cool.
I must wait longer.
Yeah, Frozen Pulse is terrible. Ah, da 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 da. I'm gonna die. Yeah, so I got channeling this. Why? Why is it so many ground effects in this rift? It's like I'm just losing time because of the ground effects.
Need more time. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I'm losing time due to the ground effects. It's ridiculous. Ah, clicked wrong because I was trying to dodge at the same time. Can I kill one of the elites now? Please? I don't think so. Ah,
I wish I could do that.
so many ground effects, dude. Okay, I have to use this Oculus ring.
How does that feel?
I must
I
wait
need
longer.
healing.
Nope, it's over. Yep, it's over.
I wish I could do that.
Now you give me the speed. It's too late, buddy. Thanks for the pylon, though. It's too late. Okay, I'm out. I need to find the exit and just leave. I can't waste more time just wasting my energy at this point. Too many ground effects. Like, every elite is an arcane or frosts. Like, I even got lucky clearing out. Really? This is why I don't like hardcore, by the way. Like, this kind of floor. I mean, I'm not playing hardcore. I'm saying I don't like Diablo 3 hardcore specifically because at the entrance you have no chance reactively. It's stupid. Stupid.
I need to go back.
Had I gotten a speed pylon first, it would be break even. And then had the next one been a conduit, I would get back my time. It would not be a win, but it would be like better to counter all the ground effects that I have to like waste time dodging. Because the Hydras are also dying, by the way. It's not just I'm trying not to die myself. I'm actually trying to like not let the Hydra heads die because there's just too many ground effects. There's Plagued, not to mention, I didn't even mention the Plague the whole time. I've been only talking about Arcane and the Frost and the Frozen Pulse. Like, those three already. And then I got a fourth, which was the Plagued. So I couldn't stand anywhere at all. That was so stupid. I don't think I've damaged for 136. I almost broke even, but if the elite affixes are that terrible, there was no chance. Alright, so I'm gonna go back down to 135. It's unfortunate because I've unlocked technically the 134 under 10 minutes 0 rips is a +2, but okay, I think I got, is it Spell Swarms, right? Yep, okay. Well, I need to see more Val Swarms. What is this elite? Juggernaut? It's alright. Juggernaut is alright. I just had to stack Stricken on it. But then this floor is a Val Swarm floor, so shouldn't really focus on the elites. Yeah, it's getting painful.
I must wait longer.
Okay. Gotta keep kiting.
Still waiting. I'm just warming up.
Juggernaut is half. Or he can get stuck. That's great. Well, he got stuck, so it's time to
I must wait longer.
commit. Thank you, Oculus Ring. I needed that. This should die now. Perfect. That's why I love practicing Oculus Rings.
Quiet and need to hear.
This looks positionally painful. I don't think I have enough Oculus Rings for this one.
I must wait longer.
I didn't. So that was a good. But sadly, this floor was too short. I wanted more Val Swarms. So let's see if I can kill this elite with here. Probably not. But I think at this point it's committed already. So thank you. I just have enough Oculus rings.
Revel in your victory, my friend.
Alright, what do I have? Skeletal Ranger, that should be okay, even though this is a more melee. Build against Skeletal Ranger is kind of annoying. What do I have here? Okay, this is really painful. Come on, game. Always channeling. It's like the game knows like what you're weak against and they give you the weakest possible. I mean, my 134 was good, but still,
I must wait longer.
it was still channeling first. Anyway, I can take this one out. I don't know about the other elite though.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that.
So stupid. Okay. Maybe.
I wish I could do that.
Well, now you're stacked.
I'm badly wounded.
Well, I'm gonna get procced if I
I wish I could do that.
don't get a heal soon.
I must wait longer.
Man, why is it that the affix is always on my Oculus ring when I'm not even there?
I don't have enough arcane power.
Okay, is that a dead end spot or
I wish I
not?
could do that.
Frozen
It's
Pulse.
me now.
It is the dead end spot. Thanks.
I wish I could do that.
Skeletal Rangers is so painful on a melee-ish.
Not ready.
Okay, man. This is so not funny.
I wish I could do that.
Oh, of course. Ghosts that follow, that I can make follow, but then it's arcane. So, yeah, buddy.
I wish I could do that.
Not one, but two. Like, are you for real?
Need more arcane power. Still waiting.
Gotta be joking. This is a joke.
I must wait longer.
I'm badly wounded.
Well, I had to take a risk. I don't even want to play. This is
I
such a
return
joke.
to town.
I don't want ghosts following me the whole way with arcane beams. And then the other one, a second elite, happens to be a ghost as well. And then the other one is Frost. Like, come on. That is ridiculous. So what was it? Like, that was a second try fail, right?
Not ready yet.
Shielding. Basically a time waster.
I wish I could do that. I am unstoppable. Need more time.
Such a time waster.
I must wait longer.
Come on, dude.
Still waiting.
Pissing me off. Like,
Not ready yet.
run away right as he was about to die on my Oculus Ring, and then dodge again, and then the timing of getting to get killed freaking gets a shielding up. I already know it's a time waster. I don't need a specific RNG that kills it twice. This is why I don't like playing elite hunting builds. like, it's a time waster. If they counter your COE cycle, it's even worse. People just don't get it.
You dare attack me?
Okay, what do we have? Oh, the theme of this and channeling again. I've had channeling after channeling after channeling as a first pylon. Even in the 134, it was channeling first before the conduit,
I wish I could do that.
or one of the two. It was one of the two bad ones first.
I wish I could do that.
So this is a time waster too. That's great. I need to find a direction to leave. Is it this? No.
I wish I could do that. I must heal.
So much incoming damage, man.
I wish I could do that.
Ah.
Heal me. I wish I could
Well,
do that.
I'm dead. It's too much incoming damage.
I must wait longer.
Health returns.
Stupid channeling pylon that didn't help. I mean, sure, I can heal a little more.
Still waiting. I wish I could do that. If only they could see me now. Not ready yet.
Yep. Painful rifts.
Need more time.
That's what this is. Not a single one. It's like I used all the luck.
Not ready yet.
On the 134, and now everything is difficult.
I don't have enough arcane power. to town.
Such a pain to walk through. No progress whatsoever. Third try. So painful. Is is my Halo Karini working?
Need more time.
Now there's no monsters. Oh, yeah, when there's nothing, there's nothing. When there's something, it's too much.
Still waiting.
Can't make this up.
Not ready. I must wait longer.
Don't even know which direction I should go now. Why are the Lakuni Huntresses still not dead?
Need more time. Your defenses are nothing.
Okay, 20%. Need a donut soon. Or exit. I'll play here first. While it's kind of face beasts, swapping horrors, basically face beasts.
I grow weak.
Or they can kill me. Okay. 22%. Thank you. Oh,
Wish I could do that.
goodness me.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Got a good map, but
I've been healed.
super ridiculous.
I wish I could do that.
Okay, at least I got speed this time.
Need more arcane power.
Problem though is I can't take it yet. This is
I must wait longer.
gonna make me dodge too much. I'm already dodging like crazy. Can't even deal any damage to this elite. Okay.
I wish I could do that. Your defenses are nothing.
Come on, man. Just let me play.
I wish I could do that.
Interesting. Weird.
I must wait longer. Not ready yet.
One down.
I must wait longer.
And then me next. No, I can't play that. Well, I need to work towards the next pylon. There's only good pylons after. Now that the two are spotted.
I'm healed. I must wait longer.
Except now I'm like screwed over.
I'm just warming up.
Okay. 3 pylons under 50%.
Still waiting.
Okay. One's gonna go down. Or not. Okay.
Need more time.
Yeah, I've got half more shield. Find something else. Bad news is I don't think I'll make it
Your defenses are nothing.
because I've already gotten 3 pylons. Shielding. It's time waster.
Your defenses are nothing. Not ready yet. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Well, it's gonna get very hot now. I got 3 elites or something, right? 2 or 3.
Need more time.
I got very
I don't have
lucky.
enough arcane power.
Very, very lucky there. Okay. Um.
Your defenses are nothing. Help me.
Wow. That was. What is this damage?
Still win.
Who's doing that?
Your grave awaits.
Okay, this is the end of floor.
Need more time.
Okay. Unfortunately.
Help return. Not ready yet.
This is a waste of the conduit, to be honest. Because this guy is very painful. Okay, who's the boss? That was such a waste. Stupid painful guy.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, the ending was really rough. That last elite. It was lucky that I got triple blue actually just now.
I must wait
That
longer.
was quite tame, triple blue. And then it ended with a very difficult elite vulture. Finally
I
done.
must wait longer. You have triumphed.
Speed, channeling, shield, conduit. Oof. Taking a screenshot of the map because this is a very interesting second floor. That was third or whatever, third or fourth, I don't remember, but that's not that was not very fun. Especially the several tries before it, there were just too many affixes that the well, if I don't survive, there's no point on the Hydras. The Hydras were also gonna die. If I let them sit too long on the affixes. So, but got it done. The 134, 135. I couldn't do the 136. I mean, unless I get conduit like that. Not at the end though. I have to have the same middle conduit in order to get a 136. So,
I
and
am
I
ready
ripped
to
already.
help you.
Yeah, I ripped already. Like there was like 1 or 2 rips or something. Um, yeah, let's try this. Okay, at least I got the enforcer. Probably wanted to just rank up something that I can guarantee, right? But then again, if I want to do that, I would have done a speed GR instead. So I might as well take advantage of this, even if it fails. Let's see. do I want? Probably this one. Yep. Not expecting anything out of that. Alright. What rank? Yes! I mean, I could have been, like, had that not been a difficult last elite near the conduit pylon, I would have gotten this one. I mean, I could have taken the conduit and left the floor. That might have been. I mean, I was considering that, but I was like, that's such a waste of time if it was like a if it was going to be a floor that would walk too far. So if it was like, you know, whether it's a Fields of Misery or Irate Crater with a long walk, then it would waste the conduit anyway. So that's why I decided to stay. But then I still needed to clear almost the entire elite, and so that ate the like 5 seconds. So I should have been rank 34 instead of rank 35. It was that last Vulture Elite that was very hot. Like, before I even took the Conduit, I was like, what was that incoming damage? It was I think the minions were Vultures as well. So it was like a whole Vulture pack. And, like, Vulture's Fireballs are, like, worse than, Hell Witches, because unless you have to tank the Hell Witch orange, like, directly, immediately, they're actually slow moving than Vulture's Fireballs. Like, the Vulture's Fireballs, not only my build is an up close build, like, the fireballs from Vultures are so fast, like, you can hardly dodge them. And then they're like, I think they're like faster attacking too. Um, in terms of like attack speed on the Vultures themselves. So like, and then I think it was Plague too. So had to like dodge, like, being underneath Plagued and stuff. It was just brutal final elite that took like more seconds out of me. But the luckiest part was this part where I got triple blue that were not annoying. Like, the whole day, after the nice 134, like, every blue was very annoying. I got so lucky that the blues here were tame because I only had 1/4 to 1/5 of the shield left to fight this one. I sort of like, I mean, I wouldn't have known what was here during the time I fought here on the two elites. So I spent too much time, like, after hindsight, I spent too much time on the elites here, the two yellows. One was the pylon elite and the other one was that one. But then I also needed to have the progression percent in order to stay on this floor, even though I probably didn't want the pylon on this floor anyway, because I was close to leaving. So, like, the other play with hindsight of this shield was to move forward faster, because two elites value is only 12% or so, versus the three elites after hindsight is 15% plus. And then had I moved further forward, I would have not fought this elite. That was super painful. So they made up the the annoyance from the lack of annoyance here, they made it up here to counter the fact that this was an easy triple blue. Like that was probably the easiest triple blue I've ever seen. It was like so easy. Of course, I had the remainder 1/5 of the shield to deal half of their health each. I think that was how easy it was, to the point where they weren't annoying. Like they were all easy affixes. I think I didn't know what the affixes were, but they were not annoying. Because it, like, if I had a shield remaining, I would have seen like, let's say, 7 arcane beams and whatnot. But I didn't even see anything deadly per se, like over here. So that helped a lot because I was like barely breaking even after the shield, or maybe I was like 1 minute ahead after the shield. But I would have lost time had this been more difficult. This last part was super difficult,
I need to
so
go
that
now.
was not fun. That ending was not fun.
Your skill has grown.
Well done.
Anyhow, I got my goal of this portion, the 2 tier GRs that I wanted to do. This is a supportish, well, aside from the 5 CDRs, this is a support Zero Time. Not that I was going to do anything about it, I was just saying that it was a support version. Sadly, it's not even ancient. Alright, well,